with
Now
Frenchmen.
we're on air. This is 102.3 WHIV FM New Orleans. I'm Laura DeFazio. You're here with Pizza Mike and Curtis Casados. We're just involved in an interesting discussion about Frenchmen Street and Treme.
You want to continue on with that then?
Let's continue on with that.
Okay.
For those of you who just tuned in, Curtis is a wonderful bartender at the Abbey who's worked pretty much everywhere. Yeah, you were talking about working at the Spotted Cat over 13 years.
Till Katrina, we had this regular Sunday jam with Kid Chocolate, Devin Phillips on saxophone, Philip Harris on bass. Mm-hmm. It was a musician's bar.
Cool.
And so that Sunday night was a really special thing that happened for up until the storm. When the Spotted Cat first opened up, it was never intended to be a live music club. At that point, DBA didn't have live music. The Apple Barrel had, Coco Robichaux would play once in a while in there because that was basically his office. Uh-huh. And you had Cafe Brazil down the street and, of course, Snug Harbor. But that was really kind of it. Mm-hmm. And
I can't picture a Spotted Cat without music. That's crazy.
It was weird. It was set up with a lot of rattan furniture and like love seats and chairs, wicker stuff, and plants. And the original plan of the owner was she wanted a martini bar, and she wanted a place that she could kind of hold court with her friends and hang out. Just kind of emulating Jim Monahan Sr., who kind of did the same thing at the window with his window crew at Molly's, where he would sit around and everybody else would gather around and hear him pontificate on whatever the important thing of the day was. And that's what they wanted to have it be.
Sounds wonderful.
We were having a conversation on when the music was playing about how the evolution of Frenchmen Street and how much it's changed over the last 13, 14 years. And, and I know Laura had pointed out that some of the musician friends she knows they're making great money now. They have better gigs. They're got a much higher profile. Mm-hmm. But the comment that I made was that, to a lot of my friends who are down there, who have been there through the last 10, 12 years, pretty much to a person say they make great money now, but it's just a gig. It's not it's not personal anymore. And it used to be there was a lot of camaraderie on the street. There was a big Frenchman Street itself was just a big, large family.
Right.
And we all kind of intermingled and drank together, and we'd borrow bottles of liquor across the street or towels or whatever. I mean, it was like, hey, can I borrow a cup of sugar kind of thing. We were neighbors.
Can I bring up something about Frenchmen?
Lean in there. Get close.
Cafe Brazil was quite the place.
Pizza Mike,
it was not a bar, and he was.
You said it was not a bar?
He wouldn't. Well, there was no alcohol served there ever, and he never drank.
Huh.
Ade Salgado from Brazil. He would not charge people quite often to come in there. I did an article about him in the paper once. He said, I could make a killing here, but I'm into free music.
Right. Ade was probably, in fact, I remember talking with him one time, and this was probably 7, 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. And because he closed down Cafe Brazil. It's been shuttered for years.
It's been shuttered since before I moved here. It was always shuttered.
There's been a lot of people going in there wanting to open a bar there, and he's like, no, he said, I don't want to do it. Frenchman's dead. And he said this like 7, 8 years ago. Frenchman's dead. I don't want no part of this.
Yeah, I remember when French, it was local, but you'd meet people. Let's say I'm painting in broad strokes here. If there were 10 people, one of them would be from Germany, or maybe the next one of them would be from Japan or something. Now it's the other way around. If you go to Frenchman Street, it'll be one local. Mm-hmm. And I really and also that smoking ban, that was a real dent on the culture. That was not good.
Glad you brought that up because of regards to smoking ban, because of all the places in the city that were affected by that. When I would point out things to people about what my real issue with it wasn't the fact that you couldn't smoke in bars, is that there was a very heavy-handed way they went about doing it. Mm-hmm. Because at that point, voluntarily, when I first started working on Frenchmen, almost all the bars were smoking bars. By the time I was done working on Frenchmen, there were only 2 smoking bars left on Frenchmen. It was all done voluntarily.
What were the smoking?
Yeah,
the John?
that's fine. Right.
No, it was
Checkpoints.
The Apple Barrel and Spotted Cat. But my point is that everybody on that street pretty much had voluntarily gone non-smoking, which is, I thought, was the better way to handle that.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
So there were places for people to go listen to music and not be exposed to cigarette smoke if they chose.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you do choose to be exposed to it now, there's still the old Arabic bar.
Thank God.
Yeah,
well,
Tuesday night
Whiskey
gem
Bayou
night.
also has.
I'll be bartending there. Come on by.
I need to have you make drinks for me.
Oh, you do not. I open a mean beer.
Yeah, but you know what I drink. It's easy.
I know,
You pour a
yeah.
shot of Southern Comfort and we're good.
On ice? Handle that.
No.